Hello, this is Short Me Tina from shortmetina.com doing a video recap for ticker symbol Avxl. So before we get underway, when I saw this ticker and I saw that it was up over 25% today, I said to myself, well, this is a very familiar ticker. And when I looked back on the daily and the weekly chart, what I noticed was back in late 2015, this stock actually shot up from a low of, like $1.30, the low ones, to almost $15 in the span of about, 3 to 5 weeks. So I say that to say, for those that are considering shorting this, and I'm not saying it's not a short candidate, that's for you to decide personally. But if you're going to short that, bear that in mind, that this stock can potentially run. This stock potentially has legs, right? Because late last year, I saw it go from like $1 to almost $15, which is an enormous increase. Anyway, so why are we up over 25% today? So typically before I do my chart analysis, I kind of want to see, well, what's driving the price? And in this case, it seems as though the company's drug that's there to cater to or to treat Parkinson's disease can be a potentially effective treatment. So that's good. I mean, anytime you have a drug that's showing like really good data for a disease or diagnoses that plagues a lot of consumers, that's always a good thing. So if this particular drug that they have is extremely effective and they can prove that in the treatment of Parkinson's, I mean, I see that as being a good thing for the company. But with that said, overall, I typically do technical analysis. I'm a heavy chart person, and I rely on my charts a good 85-90% of the time. So you say to yourself, is this chart a buy, sell, hold, or do nothing? Well, off the bat, I'll tell you that I think that there is a bull case here. I'm not saying that this stock is going to fill the gap and get as high as 7 something, but I think based on trading activity now and in the past, I think there's potentially a bull case. So in terms of level of resistance, the first thing that I noticed, right, we popped out the gate, we went up some, consolidated and topped out at, and I'll draw the line, and that'll represent our first line of resistance, right? We topped out around 354, somewhere around the 350s before declining and closing at 328 after a couple of minutes of sideways action. So for me, first line in the sand that we need to pass, if you're a bull, is 350. So I'm going to zoom out and go to the daily chart so we can look at other points of resistance or hurdles that we need to overcome. So I already said that the high of today, 354, and it kind of lines up, right? If you look at past history, it lines up around here. It's the first level of resistance that we need to pass. Then for me, the second level of resistance that we need to pass, and I think it's a pretty strong one, because the stock bounced off of here several times between May all the way to June and back here earlier in the year. So for me, the second level of resistance that this stock needs to pass is this area here. So if we pass 350 and then we passed 4, I don't think it's smooth sailing to fill this gap here up to 760. I think there are stair steps in the way, but we can potentially get there. So after 4, the next level of resistance that I'm seeing is somewhere around here, right? 5. You can say 4, upper 490s. Let's just say 5, right around here so you can see. Stock also bounced off of this area a little bit before declining. So we have the high here of 354, then we have 4, we have 5. And I think if we can pass 5 with a lot of buying activity and momentum, the next hurdle I see is somewhere around here, 650 something. And if we can get there, then obviously I think we'll fill the gap up here around 7. So you ask yourself, what levels would I buy this stock at? Obviously, you know I like to put things extremely in my favor. And I think for us to see the levels in which I would buy it, we have to zoom into the minute chart. So for me, a good level to go long this stock would be somewhere around here, right? Before we took off, right by the breakout point, which is around 310, give or take. So for me, if this stock can pull back in the early morning, like I'm talking about the first 5 minutes of trading, if it can pull back to like 310 and hold, I see a scenario to go long. Short me Tina, shortmetina.com, doing a ticker recap of Avxl.